Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of This Week in Philadelphia Sports, where, as you might have guessed it, we go over everything that's happened this week in Philadelphia sports. Again. If you're new to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, now's the time to do so. I'm still scouting the comments looking for that Travis Fulgham giveaway winner. That will be announced in our next film room, and we've got plenty of goodies for you guys as well. If you're not already part of our Eagles group chat, we've now got 250 members. So a massive thank you to every single one of you. If you want in when there's weekly competitions, giveaways, and more importantly, now 250 of you guys all talking to each other, making friends, talking the birds. It is such a vibe in there. If you want to be part of it, links in the description below. But we're going to move on to what happened with the Philadelphia Eagles. It's only right because I think we're all a little bit emotionally damaged from it. Like, nobody's really sure how they feel anymore. Like, are we excited? The fact that the Eagles have dropped over 50 points against two of the league's top defenses? Or are we terrified that the team has now turned once again into a medical drama? I don't understand the injuries with this team. Like, it is so bad. No one is safe. And as I said in today's video where I went over the internet's best reactions, it's like someone's playing Guess Who, and every player they flick down, that player gets injured. It's really, really bad. Zach Ertz could be out for multiple weeks. Miles Sanders is looking to be out for 2, but with this Eagles medical staff, the second we get to day-to-day, we all know we probably won't see them till next year. Jack Driscoll went down, which means Brett Toth, who of course graduated from Army, now gets his first taste of NFL action, but got absolutely ruined by Marlon Humphrey, so
that went well.
the offensive line at this point is genuinely comprised of a baker, a lawyer, a mechanic, and the annoying neighbour who always cuts his grass at Sunday at 8 in the morning when you're trying to... I'm not bitter. Because of so many injuries. And you can look at this and say, well, credit to Howie Roseman for getting all those guys in. And you can also say how we got to this point. It's tragic. It's absolutely tragic, and it's every year without fail. Like, it's so bad. And if you need real proof of how bad it's got, look no further than whatever the hell Jamon Brown was doing on. I don't think he knew he was playing a football game. Maybe he thought it was ballet or that he was playing golf. I don't know, but there's one play where he'd rather tighten his glove than, protect his quarterback. There's another where he's just stood in the middle of the open, not knowing what to do. And then there's the fact he allowed 2 sacks and a bunch of quarterback hits and about 1,000,007 hurries. And it's just not good. Like, we thought Matt Pryor struggled. Matt Pryor looked like Brandon Brooks in comparison to what we just saw. But I don't want to harp on the negatives, and that does mean avoiding talking about John Hightower, unless I'm going to play this. Get it right, lads, alright? He will get it right. Believe in me. I have not led you astray yet. Just ignore the Nate Gary video that's randomly popping up. I bloody love the YouTube algorithm. Thanks, guys. I just want to give credit to Carson Wentz more than anything else, because the guy got hit 16 times. He got sacked 6. He is on course to be sacked the 4th most of any NFL quarterback in history. So anyone saying injury prone or he's fragile or he's made of glass, he is taking a beating every time he steps in the ring. And this isn't like, taking a beating as in a fair fight. This is Rey Mysterio versus The Big Show in a tables, ladders and chairs match. It is never going to end well. And the fact that Wentz, although he has mechanically struggled this season, although he has been imperfect, and he has arguably left a lot of meat on the bone, and even that game he fumbled, I think that performance that we just saw may have been my favourite in about a year and a half or so, or at least dating back towards the end of last season, because the guts, the heart, the determination, the willingness to get back up again and again and again and not go down. Like, you are down 17-0. You are on your ass every other play and you're still trying to throw dimes down the field. You're still trying to get it to Travis Fulgham. You're still doing it all yourself on the ground and lunging on those 4th and 1s for the second win. I love what I saw from Carson Wentz. He may be the toughest, most Philadelphia quarterback there is. And you know what? He might lack that kind of swagger that you'd see from some of the other quarterbacks in the league. He doesn't have that star charisma that someone like Aaron Rodgers or a Baker Mayfield has. But what he does have is just endless amounts of grit and testicular fortitude.
This man has got a set of bollocks on him.
I don't know how he stands in there and makes stuff happen. And if it wasn't for Carson Wentz being superhuman and withstanding an absurd amount of punishment, the Eagles wouldn't have even had a hope in that game. And the fact that we're in a situation where we're criticising Doug Peterson's judgment on not just one, but 2 two-point conversions, and the fact that Jake Elliott missed a field goal, and the fact that there were 2 drops. As an old adage in football that 5 plays can sum up a football game, I would turn to those 5. But the fact we are able to turn to those 5 is because of Carson Wentz. Because Carson Wentz got up, spat out the blood, and kept going and going and going until there was nothing left. And that is all you could ask for. Good, bad, better, worse. That's the thing with Carson Wentz. Like, you often have to take the good with the bad, because what makes him such a spectacular quarterback can often be his downfall. But ultimately, at the end of that game, I had nothing but admiration, respect, and a whole lot of love for number 11 and the work he did. Bad news is, so moving into Thursday, it's a short week. And yes, it's against the Giants, but it's a short week. And there's literally no players. Like, there is genuinely no players. Eagles, I have offered you my services before. I even have the London hoodie on. When the day that I got this hoodie, we all know that I went to your little NFL combine setter and I tested for a 38-inch vertical. If you want someone, anyone, holler. I mean, to be fair, I would probably still be better than Nate Gary. So there's that. Whoa, 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 whoa. The Eagles play the Giants on Thursday. I think I know someone who's on the Giants that used to be a bit of a... No, surely it wouldn't be. It can't be. Clayton Thorson, da 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 da. Clayton Thorson, da 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 da. Moving on to the Flyers, and Nolan Patrick has accepted his qualifying offer, which is a big dub. It means that he gets to stay with the team for 1 more year. Obviously, he missed all of last season due to the concussion issue, and I think if any team knows this, if any team is able to get the most out of Patrick and help him get on the right path again, it's the team that have been there since day one when this problem first started appearing and going through the treatment process. The fact that Patrick is out there taking part in scrimmages is really encouraging. I think the Flyers know this is very much a low-risk, high-reward option. He's a former number 2 overall pick. He has got star written all over him. If he can just get past that, if he can get back onto the ice regularly, then the team do need a 3rd and a 4th line centre. He can easily be moulded into that over the next couple of years. Also signed free agent Eric Gustafsson. I think I briefly mentioned it last video. It's a very similar game to Shane Gostisbehere, but will be very much a power play defender and a specialist in that role, sort of trying to replace what they lost in Niski. I don't think he's at that same level, although the ceiling's there. We know he had that breakout a couple of years ago. He wants to get back to that, and the Flyers need someone that can be a puck-handling defenseman. He fits the mold. Will he be able to live up to that expectation and get back to his best? Only time will tell. The Sixers hired a new assistant head coach. Very much a defensively minded coach, formerly of the Sacramento Kings. Wasn't Buddy Hield's best friend, so that isn't good considering every Sixers fan wants Buddy Hield. So moving on. The Philadelphia Union have a little bit of heartbreak, guys. Brendan Aronson, the wonder kid we have all come to know and love, is leaving at the end of the season in what is a record transfer fee for the team. So it's amazing for the Union to get that money, to invest it in the club, invest it in the youth system, who've produced players such as Brendan Aronson and his younger brother Paxton. But man, I'm so heartbroken to see him go. Like, I loved watching him play these last couple of years. He is easily the brightest young talent in Philadelphia, without a doubt. I'm talking above Jalen Reagor, above Carter Hart. This guy is a wonder kid And I think that obviously it's going to be a massive step up going and playing for Leipzig, but going through that system, hopefully it's a great progressional step. It has a happy ending, and we may even see him in the Premier League one day. I mean, my dream is that he spends 4 years overseas kind of honing his craft and getting a bit better, and by that point, Charlton Athletic are back in the Championship or the Premier League. Brendan Aronson goes from Philadelphia to Charlton. My life is complete, and it's just good vibes. But they did do a Desmond 2-2, which is a 2-2 draw with DC United on the 15th. They are set to face the New England Revolution tonight, so stick around for that one. I'm sure El Parcero and Tim had you covered with the Deep by the River podcast. The Phillies did nothing, so I just thought I'd mention them for you boys, really. But that is it for another episode of This Week in Philadelphia Sports, guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like, hit that subscribe button below. Don't forget to join us on Flick Sports. PSN Eagles Nation is the name of the chat. We'll see you soon.